Hello everyone, I just want to make this quick video to show you a couple of tips with Teams. This is for teachers or really anyone who's hosting assemblies or meetings or conferences or classes, anything like that on Teams. A couple of wee things to help you with the issue that is people unmuting while you're presenting. And also in the case of classes where you do want people to be able to unmute so that you can have that dialogue, getting rid of the really annoying chat that children absolutely love to put memes and comments into, and sometimes can be a wee bit mean to each other in that chat. So it just ways to kind of help you and support you with these live lessons and live meetings and events that a lot of you are hosting. Because I've got to say, whenever we go into a conference, all you hear for the first 5-10 minutes of the conference is, everyone please remember to mute yourselves, and wow, it can get annoying. And then of course some people don't manage to mute themselves and it interferes with your audio quality quite dramatically, and all you can hear is whatever they're saying split with the presenters. So just to really try and support that, I want to show you both of these fixes. So first of all, with the being able to mute the chat. Now, this is mostly for teachers doing class lessons where you're confident that all of the children in your class or the children that you're muting have the ability to unmute their microphone to talk, to give feedback. Because of course these live lessons, they need to be a two-way thing. It can't just be a presentation. That's not how lessons work. We know that. We know when we're in school, it needs to be a two-way dialogue. So giving the children to unmute their microphones and talk, brilliant. That's kind of what we want in this situation. Therefore, we don't really need the chat. If a child does need to chat though, you have the option to deselect them from this. So I'll show you. What you do if you head into your Teams on the left-hand side of the page. I'm on the iPad just now. Similar on a computer. Actually, you get more functionality on a computer, but I know most people are using tablets for Teams. So make sure you're in the Teams tab at the bottom of Teams. On the left-hand side, you'll see all of your teams, as always. I've blurred mine out for obvious reasons. So what you want to do to disable the chat feature in Teams, now, bear in mind this actually doesn't disable it for the full class unless you select everyone. You can individually choose who you're disabling the chat for. So if you've got children who you know fine well that they have the ability to unmute their microphone and talk to give the feedback, but they're abusing the chat system, this is really for them. What you want to do is head over to the class that you're dealing with. You'll see on my one I've got lots and lots of teams, so I'm just going to choose one of the classes just now. You click on three dots, the three dots beside that team. And when you click on the three dots, you will get manage members, manage tags, channels, leave team, edit team, delete team. We want to go to manage members. And what this then does is it brings up all of your team members on the left-hand side. On the computer, it looks slightly different. I believe they come down the middle of the screen and you get check boxes beside each child or each member. In the case of the iPad and the phone, you don't have those check boxes. You have to individually select each child. Now, for obvious reasons, I've blurred out their names and pictures. You can experiment with your own class and what that looks like for you. If I click on one of these students, you'll then see I have the option to mute student, view profile, make owner, or remove from team. Mute students is actually kind of misnamed. It doesn't mean that you stop them from having the microphone access. That is not what it means at all. It actually mutes their ability to chat in the team, as in to post comments. Now, most people are not using Teams to submit work or to submit comments, that sort of thing. Most people are using it for live lessons, and they're using applications such as Seesaw or other programs for this. What I would suggest, if you are using Teams to post work, to have all of that dialogue, that actually you don't disable the chat, or you just mute students before the meeting and then unmute them after the meeting if the comments during the meeting is something that you really want to stop. On a computer, you have the option to click the select all checkbox so you can mute everyone at once. If you click on the select all, you can also then click on individuals to not select them. And that's really good if you know that some of the students don't have the ability to unmute a microphone. Some children, for example, that might be working in school on a school computer might not have microphones. So they might need to still have the option to use the chat. So all you do, you click on mute student, and that prevents them from commenting in the team, in the meetings, anything like that. And at any time you can go back into the three dots, manage members, and then just unmute. It is as simple as that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I set up a meeting that would be used for an assembly or a conference or some sort of situation where you don't want people to be able to unmute at all. It's very much a one-way flow of information coming from the presenters to an audience. What you want to do is go into your calendar to add a new meeting as you normally would. And I'm just naming this demo meeting. Now, I'm going to go down to share to a channel, and I'm going to add it to this practice channel that we've set up in school. So that's all I really need to do. Obviously, you would change the start and end time and whatever day, but for the purpose of this, that's all I need to do. So I'm going to click on done, and that will share to the channel. So now I need to go back into Teams and open up the channel. And here you'll see that the demo meeting is now in the channel, it's in the posts. And what you want to do is click on the three dots to the right hand side of demo meeting, or sorry, your meeting, and you're going to click on view meeting details. And this is where you see the option to join the meeting if you were wanting to do that at that point, or edit parts of the meeting. But you want to ignore all of that and actually go down to where it says meeting options. Now here in the meeting options, you can actually change who can bypass the lobby. You'll know recently in Teams that they've started this lobby system, which actually can be quite frustrating, but it is there as a safety feature. In that you have to actually approve people to get into the meeting, so you can't get any random people you don't know coming in. That though, you can click on that to choose, people in your organisation, so trusted organisations. And guess if you're making your meeting within Glow, that's absolutely fine. They don't have to go into the lobby and wait to be accepted. So you can change that to people in my organisation, trusted organisations, and guests. I would say don't always let callers bypass the lobby, just in case you get some random people coming in. So that second option down, leave that off. Announce when callers join or leave. You might want to turn that off. I don't know. It puts a wee ping that lets you know when people have come into the meeting. It can be quite distracting at times. Who can present? That's the sharing of the screen, that sort of thing. Keep that to only yourself unless you have multiple presenters, especially if you're in a class. Unless you're actually wanting children to share their screens and their work, it can get frustrating if people are continually pinging things onto the screen. But the final one is the main option that we want to talk about. Allow attendees to unmute. In an assembly, in a conference, anything like that, turn that off. And what it means, as soon as you mute or the attendees mute themselves, they can't then unmute themselves. I believe, and I've not tried this yet, I believe that if you go into the participants and you click on someone and ask them to unmute, they then have the option to unmute to present. But as I say, I've not tried that. I'm not 100% sure, so it might be worth checking out, or please leave in the comments below if that is definitely something you can do. But if you are only wanting that one-way flow of information, that one-way dialogue, click off allow attendees to unmute. I really hope this video has been helpful. I hope it's let you see how you can mute the chat option for students if that's getting to be annoying in your live lessons. And I hope you can see how easy it is to actually force mute, if you like, attendees to an assembly or a general meeting, conference, that sort of thing. Online learning can be really tricky, but these little things can just make it that bit easier and allow those lessons to flow a bit smoother and allow you and the children to get the most out of everything you're doing. So as always, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.